if you ask people who insist that the Eibishter does not need anything because he's perfect, you ask them, did he create the world with a purpose or without a purpose? What are they going to say? Well, of course with a purpose. What do you think? He just creates the world for no reason? So he has a purpose. Now this purpose is important to him or not? Or is it a purpose that he doesn't necessarily need? What kind of purpose is that? So we have a very serious issue here. The truth of the matter is, and it took a long time in history for Torah to reveal this to us. What do we say before we do a mitzvah? L'shem yichud kudsha brichu u'shchintei. Has nothing to do with me. There is the HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and there is His Shechina, and they need to be united, or want to be united, or whatever. And I'm doing the mitzvah to be miyached kudsha brichu and His Shechina. What am I going to get for this? What's the difference? So what is it that motivates the Eibishter to create a world? What is he after? So again, in the example, a person who is perfect, who has everything, but there's no one to share it with. Such a person feels like his entire perfection and everything that he has means nothing. Yes, I'm rich, I'm powerful, I'm famous, I'm popular, I'm secure, I'm strong, I'm healthy. So what? What am I going to do with all this? So what is it that a perfect person needs? Someone to share with. Not to be alone. And that's what it means, Hashem Echad. Before he created the world, Hashem was Yachid. Yachid be'olamai. Yachid means one to the exclusion of everything else. He was the only. Echad means one by including everything else. One with, not without. So the Eibishter was perfect in the sense that he was Yachid. Only he is the Eibishter. Only he exists for real, without having to be manufactured. But that's not satisfying. The Eibishter was Yachid, but he wants to be Echad. And beginning with Bnei Yisrael. So when he asks us to do his mitzvahs, to be his people, V'atem tihiyu li, mamlechas keyanim gei kodesh, but atem tihiyu li, be mine. Like Harei at mikudeshes li. He's asking for a relationship. A real relationship. If it's a real relationship, then it makes perfect sense that you should do it shelo yal menas lekabel pras. You don't get married for money. You get married to become one. V'hayu lebasar echad. And that oneness is the greatest pleasure in the world. Even for somebody who has everything. So does it matter to the Eibishter if you do an Aveda? Really? Yes, it does. And how much does it matter? How much does it hurt? Bligvul. Because by the Eibishter, everything is bligvul. And how much pleasure does it give him when you do respond to him? By not doing the Aveda or by doing a mitzvah? Even by wanting to do a mitzvah? It is infinitely pleasurable, infinitely satisfying. Nachas ruach lefonai she'amarti v'nasa retzeni. I asked and you responded. That is the biggest pleasure in the world. Which explains how the Baal Shem Tov could come along and say that the simple Jew who doesn't really know what he's doing, but in his sincerity and simplicity, he tries to do the right thing and botches it up. That gives the Eibishter the greatest pleasure. Because the whole world was created for that. That we should respond to him. That we should somehow manage to march to his drum instead of our own drum. You can call that Mesiras Nefesh. You can call that Lifnim Mishiras Hadin. You're ignoring your own teva and you're doing what he asks. That's amazing. And you're doing it because he asked, not because of a reward. That's almost superhuman. I mean, it is superhuman. It's godly. That's called Ivdu Es Hashem. And if that's what you're doing, how could it not be B'simcha?